My dear brothers and my dear sisters, my dear children, my dear youth, my dear boys and my dear girls. On this day, as we celebrate the feast of the archangels, we ask ourselves, what does the word angel mean? And I'm sure we all know that the word angel means messenger. It comes from the Latin word angelus, to announce, a messenger. And so we see in the archangels, Gabriel, Michael, and Raphael, men or invisible creatures who announce in one way or the other the power of heaven or God Himself. In Exodus chapter 23, verse 20, God says to Moses, "Behold, I am sending an angel before you to keep you safe on the way, to bring you to the place I have made ready for you. Behold, before you I am sending an angel." It already shows to us that God recognizes the place of an angel in our lives. If He could tell the Israelites at that time through Moses that it is the angel who is going to lead them, how much more that same God is telling us today that it is our angel that is going to lead us on. Very interestingly, when we recite the I confess, when we say in the I confess to Almighty God, to you, my brothers and sisters, that I have sinned through my fault, through my own fault. I ask Blessed Virgin Mary, all the angels and saints, and you, my brothers and my sisters, all the angels and saints, we are asking for blessings upon us. And so it becomes so clear to us that angels have a place. Though they are invisible, we live in an age when we want everything to be proved scientifically. Imagine now when we are going to this pandemic time, when we want the antivirus, when we want that antidote to be prepared. It's all done scientifically. If it does not go through that scientific process, we are not ready to accept that antidote or that medicine for the virus that is prevalent today. That is the state of affairs. Everything has to be scientifically proved. But there are things that we need sometimes or often, and as Christians, as Catholics, to attribute to faith. And so, when we say the Nicene Creed, for example, in the Nicene Creed, or the I believe, we say the angels and saints, the archangels. And so, my dear sisters and my dear brothers, we are very much aware that angels are part of our process of living our faith, of exercising our lives, and of living our lives in the world of today. In Matthew chapter 18, verse 10, Jesus says, "Take heed that you despise not one of these little ones. For I say to you, their angels do always behold the presence of the Spirit of my Father. Do not despise these little ones, This text is talked, or Jesus talks it in the context of scandals, the various scandals that come up in the world of today. And probably scandals are happening because we are not recognizing the presence of these angels in our lives or in the lives of others. St. Francis de Sales, the patron saint of our parish, of our very family lives in this place of St. Francis de Sales, Koperkairen, says, make yourselves familiar with the angels and behold them frequently in spirit, for without them being seen, they are present with us. So they are there present with us without them being seen there. And therefore, my dear sisters and brothers, the place of Gabriel, Michael and Raphael in our place. The person of, or the angel, archangel, Michael is supposed to be standing there as the defender of God. He is the one who chases the devil out. He is the one who comes in our place to help us when we are going through difficulties. When the devil is chasing us, he is there to chase the devil away. That is the role that Michael plays in our lives. And that is why we see Michael with the snake under his foot, with a spear in his hand. When we look at the role that Gabriel plays in our life, Gabriel is the announcer, the strength of God. He announces the good news. And we know how he has announced the good news in the life of Mary and again in the life of Joseph. When Joseph was going through that tension, whether to accept Mary in his life, it is Gabriel who comes and tells him in his dream, take Mary to be your wife. It is the same Gabriel who comes in the life of Joseph and tells him, flee with the child to Egypt because the child Jesus is facing danger. Gabriel is the one who makes these announcements. The least of all these three archangels is Raphael. Very few of us would know what is his role. What does Raphael do as an archangel? We discover that in the book of Tobit, Tobit's son Tobias is asked to accompany Raphael on his journey in order to go across and find a wife for himself. It is Raphael who helps Tobias to go on that journey. He wouldn't know where this place, Media, is. He doesn't know where it is. It is Raphael who helps him to go across there. And so, my dear sisters and my dear brothers, when we look at these three archangels that we are celebrating today, we realize that they all have a place in our life. And we need to give them that place in our life so that we can gain from their presence, which may be invisible, yet is there present in us.